Okay, so it should be recording. Animation supplies and its costs, what you do when you graduate. It would be fun to have animation as a diploma, but if you want to be serious and get a job with it, you have to be prepared to move if you want to get a job with Disney, or if you want to go overseas. You want a job with anime, with Japan, doing books and stuff like that. So I think that's what they do, more into illustration than animation. They do have some animation movies you could work on, but you have to move. So how are you going to pay that? How are you going to pay your tuition? So you might need more school after. So because you might not be good enough to get a job at animation. So if you think getting into Sheridan animation is hard, or you don't get in your first try, or you don't get in your second try. What about Disney? You don't get into Disney your first try because you have a fucking diploma from Sheridan. Who cares? People get into Disney without animation diploma, so. Because I heard a lot of people saying, oh, you can get in with illustration, you can get in with art. So apparently they changed it some time ago. Maybe a long time ago, was only they take animation, but then they change things into a digital, so their views on who to hire might change. But what if you get fired? How are you going to pay that back? Or your work ends, how are you going to pay that back? You get hired for 1 year, you get hired for 2 years, what are you going to do after? Because you have to pay for your rent, you have to pay to move there, you have to pay for supplies, you have to pay for food. Same thing at school, how are you going to pay for your food? Animation, it would be fun to have a diploma, but it's fucking too fucking expensive, so I just do it as a hobby. If I could buy something for animation, that'd be great. Even if you go online, be careful with people, because you get stuck with somebody and you have to pay them 10 grand whatever they want. And all they do, oh, they fucking draw something on your picture, a big shit. You don't get your credits, you don't get nothing, you just get your little drawing that they did, and you have to pay them 10 grand. But some people go goo goo gaga, they want that, they do that. If they offer some stuff for free, take it. So you don't have to jump in with that one guy permanently. But if you can, you do that, and you get more experience built up, but you won't get your credit. So schools, they will send you to part-time, or you have to get more experience and you don't have enough, we'll give you part-time. Or we'll give you another program. So that's how they friggin' scam you at school, by sending you into other programs. And you know your drawing is good enough, so because a stupid ass program that they have, oh, you have to make this shit up, you have to make stupid ass characters up, put a fucking box on the head and call it character. I hate that. I hate character design. I hate the storyboard that Sheridan has. He's storyboarding, but I know you take like an old movie, like an old western, stop every so often for frames, and you draw what's going on. That's storyboarding. You don't fucking make up shit. Make up a fucking character looking like a fucking dog with a freaking horse's head. That's not character design, that's stupid school. But you'll be doing a lot of that stuff at Sheridan, so be prepared for doing stuff you don't like. That's animation. For me personally, I started learning when I was going to Art Fundamentals at Sheridan. I've been going to the program, just looking at what they post and going to the bookstore, trying to get some books. Books can be expensive, but you can learn the bouncing ball that way, maybe a walk cycle, but they don't give you enough poses in the books, so you see, you have to put the walk cycle one on top of each other, but in the books, they make it like 1, 2, 3, 4 separate, and you cannot get a full walk cycle that way, so you probably would have to invest in somebody that has walk cycles, run cycles, but you won't get credit with them, but you'll get those experiences from video, but that's going to cost you a lot more. And those are the people that will get ahead the people that can pay that extra money to somebody, and the ones that can't, well, they probably just end up in art or illustration. And what if you're at Disney, your job ends, or you get fired and you're fucking gone for 4 months, 5 months, sitting on your ass, and you have your loan to pay back, you have your hotel to pay back, then you can end up in jail. Only place you end up in. So, or you get part-time work. Part-time work doesn't cover that. It might just barely cover your food. So be careful. I'm lucky to have invested into this animation desk. It's actual student grade with the light underneath it, and it does turn. There are different types of peg bars you could get. Ones are 2, ones are 3, and ones have 3 little round ones, but this one's the original square, circle, square, but there's different kinds too. There's more like metal ones that cost more, and there's like homemade ones. You could try making one yourself, but I was lucky to buy this off a student, so I did not pay that much for it, but it's a good chunk, couple $100 on it. So I could only invest in so much into animation before I freaking bust my wallet and have no money left for food, and you're stuck eating ramen, if you can afford ramen. Because you have to pay back to school, so it's a 4-year program, so just watch out for supplies and costs. Thanks for watching. Tips and tricks episode, probably 22 or 23. I'll post it around summertime. I have these spread out every so often. If I could probably invest into the smallest tablet that you could draw on for maybe like $2,000, but the Cintiq will probably cost you like $5 grand, and that's almost the whole cost of a school year, so that's a ton of money. Thanks for watching my tips and tricks. How to get into animation program that everybody wants. What if you get fired when you apply to Disney, and then you're freaking stuck with the hotel room at Disney, you're stuck with paying school back, you're screwed.